Hello everyone, welcome back to another A Producer's Approach video. In this video, we'll be looking at No Mana and Feed Me song, Hopeless, featuring Bertie Scott. And prior to this song releasing, I had not listened to a Feed Me song in years. I think the last song I listened to from Feed Me was To the Stars, which came out, I feel like a decade ago now. So it's been a while since I've seen Feed Me, and No Mana style has been interesting. So when I first heard the song, I was very intrigued and was impressed. So, anyways, let's get into Hopeless. All right, so that's Hopeless so far. The intro, I like the more traditional kick intro, has a very interesting bass sound that plays within that section or mid bass sound. And once it gets into the vocal section, I like how there is a arpeggiated lead playing kind of in the background that sounds like an 8-bit lead. I do like that effect because the video, I'm right now getting the vibes of like Dr. Mario or like an N64 Sega Genesis type video game, which is the aspect I think No Mana goes for. But with Feed Me just stomping his feet on the ground, it's just kind of interesting how it reminds me of like an old video game in that aspect. But I do like the 8-bit sounds there. And once it gets into the build up section, there's a vocal chop that's looped, and it's played alongside the build up. I haven't heard a technique like that in a while. That's an effect I feel like that was used a lot in the past when electro, complextro, and even some progressive house was made, probably within like the 2012 to 2015 era. That's just a technique I don't hear too often anymore in terms of build up. So that was something that caught my attention. And in the first chorus section, I don't know if you call this bass house or complextro. This is probably the closest I'll get to complextro or electro in the more modern music era, which I like quite a bit. So the drop reminded me a lot of an electro song. And then when the wubs came in with that higher, I don't want to call it like a lead, but like arpeggiated note or just a stagnant note playing the root note, just playing that throughout the whole chorus section, that was pretty nice as well because it gave more of a electro complextro type feel. And then the second part with the kind of downlifting sound reminded me a lot of an older electro song as well. So overall, really nice. Do like the wubs in the section. All right, so that is Hopeless by No Mana and Feed Me. So I do like the break section. It incorporated certain elements from the intro section. You do hear that 8-bit like sound, does the build up again, I think in a similar fashion. And then the second chorus happens. There's a switch up there, I believe, in terms of sounds used in this section. The percussion is pretty much the same, but the sounds are a little bit different. I think No Mana and Feed Me used a different type of sound design sound that's unique to them within this section, which I think is great because the switch up is definitely appreciated within chorus sections. And then the second part of the chorus is pretty similar to the first chorus in that second section. So then the song fades out with that vocal sample of da, da, da. And overall, just a really great electro song. This is a song you don't really hear too much nowadays. Like it took me a while to get into bass house, and I really don't know still the difference between bass house and electro. I think this is a good combination of both. This reminds me a little bit more of electro than bass house, but again, the lines are a little bit blurred to me. I don't really know the difference too much, as I maybe used to before. Maybe before it was a little more clearly defined. So overall, I give the song a solid like 8.5 out of 10. I come back to the song to listen to it, and it's just the more modern electro, which I haven't heard of very often, and it was nice to see Feed Me again. So overall, I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next A Producers Approach video. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.